What's good, my people? Y'all are tuned into another episode of Chalk It Up, where no matter if you win or if you lose, we just got charges to the game. I am your humble host, Tone DeShields, and I'm eternally grateful that y'all are here with me for another episode to talk football, especially to talk about the Philadelphia Eagles. On this episode, we're going to cover the so-called quarterback controversy that exists within the Philadelphia Eagles quarterback room between none other than Carson Wentz and the infamous second-round pick, Jalen Hurts. So make sure y'all keep up with the episode because we're going to cover a lot. So ultimately, the Eagles decided to pick Jalen Hurts with the 53rd overall pick, the second-round pick to be exact. And honestly, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I was lost. I didn't get it. I was utterly lost for words. I know y'all was. Excuse my language. I'm getting was and word mixed up. But nonetheless, when they chose Jalen Hurts, I had no idea what to think. I had no idea what to think about the decision making. I had no idea what to think about their goals or their plans. To keep it short, I was totally baffled. Let's be real. They just paid Carson Wentz all that money. Carson Wentz is only 27 years old, and we all know we needed some more quality talent at that wide receiver position. Let's just keep it true. But knowing all that begged the question, do the Eagles even still have faith in our boy Carson Wentz? Do they still got love for the boy? Honestly, when healthy, Carson Wentz is arguably a top 5, top 6 quarterback in this league. And unfortunately, he has had the worst luck when it comes to injuries. And he didn't get hurt the rookie season, which was good, but we didn't make the playoffs. The follow-up season, my man went 11-2. He was balling, was an MVP candidate, would have won it if he didn't get hurt. But nonetheless, he went down with a torn ACL against the Rams, and we ended up going on the Super Bowl run with Nick Foles towards the end. By the grace of God, we was able to close the deal. Then the 2018 season comes. He played 11 games, then he went 5-6, went down with a back injury. Then in 2019, he played all 16 games, went 9-7, but let's be totally honest, all our pieces, all our chips was just falling off the table. Everybody was getting hurt left and right, but him. It was so crazy because everybody thought Wentz was going to be the one to get hurt. Everyone thought Wentz was going to be the one limping off the field. But in all reality, my man made it all the way to the grand scheme of things. He made it all the way to the end. He made it. He played all 16 games of the season, and he made it to his first playoff game. And unfortunately, lo and behold, my man went down with an injury. It wasn't nothing feeble or it wasn't nothing that got broken. My man just got rattled by a late hit, courtesy of Jadeveon Clowney of the Seattle Seahawks. And for some reason, the Seattle Seahawks just got our number. But that's another conversation for another day. But like I said, this begs the question, do the Eagles still have faith in Carson Wentz? In total, in his career, he missed 8 regular season games, and then he missed 6 total playoff games. And the running joke is he's injury prone. Everyone wants to say, oh, he can't survive a hit. He can't take a hit. He always putting his body in harm's way, which is true in some capacity. I don't think the boy is soft. I don't think Wentz is soft in no shape, way, or form. But I do honestly believe that Wentz needs to learn how to slide. He needs to learn how to protect his body much better. And I think he did that mainly throughout the season. But I feel like when that playoff game came, he kind of got excited and he wanted to just go all out, and he got smacked. It wasn't even a hard hit. It was just a sneaky hit as he was going down and his head got drilled into the turf. But nonetheless, I disagree with that notion that he's injury prone. In my opinion, he proved he could relatively stay healthy. But there's something that needs to be discussed. And that's that pick, Jalen Hurts, that I mentioned before. Wentz is a very physical player, like I said. So the Eagles drafted Jalen Hurts for a multitude of reasons. By no means is he meant to be Carson Wentz's replacement. No shit, way, or form. I don't believe that, and you know damn well you don't believe that either. Carson Wentz is a once-in-a-lifetime, once-in-a-generation arm talent, and when healthy, like I said, he's one of the best. He proved that already. With Jalen Hurts, having him in the locker room, he's able to execute all those plays that we don't really want Wentz doing. Most of those gadget plays requires Wentz to probably run more, and I'm pretty sure the Eagles plan on mixing their playbook up because they have so much new talent, and they need to flip the script. They need to totally change the way they play football because last season we got exposed, not just through injury, but the fact that we were so limited. The way I see it, Jalen Hurts is simply an insurance policy with a potentially high return on a relatively low investment. But let me explain. And this begs another question. If Jalen Hurts is not a replacement, and if he is in fact an insurance policy for the Philadelphia Eagles, why not go get another backup quarterback in free agency instead of wasting a second-round pick, a valuable second-round pick at that, when you had so much talent up on the board? Why waste it, or use it rather, on a quarterback to put behind your main guy that you just paid? Very, very, very fair question. I totally get it. And on top of that, he's going to have a limited role. So why use that pick on someone who's going to have a limited role? Let me explain. So let's just say, for the sake of argument, the Eagles did decide to go get a backup quarterback through free agency, right? Now, your average backup quarterback in the NFL, especially if they're established, demands about $3 to $9 million per year. Now, Jalen Hurts' contract for the year 2020 specifically, because he has a total 4-year contract worth $6 million, but we're just going to focus on a 1-year salary. So for Jalen Hurts' 2020 upcoming salary, it only has a $1.1 million cap hit. That's not that bad when you think about it. That's not that bad at all. In addition, that $1.1 million that Jalen Hurts is owed, it makes up for less than 1% of the Eagles' total cap space for the entire 2020 season. Think about that. His 1-year salary makes up for less than 1% of their total cap space for the 2020 season. They don't lose in this situation. The only problem is people feel like they didn't have to reach. And that's okay. That's okay. The Eagles got a plan. In my humble opinion, I believe they have a plan. So they gain an up-and-coming playmaker who has a clean slate, who potentially fits the offense very well with his skill set. And on top of that, they got him for a bargain. You can't really beat that. So you guys are probably thinking, well, in that case, Tone, why not just go get Jameis Winston or Andy Dalton or even Cam Newton? Yes, I understand. Jameis Winston signed with the Saints for $1.1 million. Yet, let's be totally real. Yes, he's only 26 years old. He's young. He just got out of that rookie deal with the Buccaneers. But he's not reliable. Jameis Winston is a turnover machine. He just threw 30 and 30 last year. Come on now. We don't need somebody like that. Like I mentioned, Jalen Hurts, clean slate. He's malleable. You can just throw him into that offense. He doesn't have any bad habits you need to get rid of, except for maybe the fact that he kind of takes a little bit long in the pocket. He reads the offense. He's always looking to really run. But nonetheless, let's stay on task, you guys. Jameis Winston signed with the Saints for $1.1 million. Why didn't the Eagles get him? Too many mistakes. Now let's go down to Andy Dalton, who just signed with the Cowboys for $3 million. Yes, he's a fringe starter, and he's a veteran, and he's mobile to a certain degree. But he signed with Dallas for 1 year, $3 million. Jalen Hurts, that first year, $1.1 million. Remember I said that. Now we get to Cam Newton. I don't think I really need to say much about Cam Newton. Cam Newton demands a starter position in this league. If he is going to be someone's backup, he's not going to just be getting paid that average $3 to $9 million, I don't think. And if he does, it's definitely going to be top tier, $9 million, $10 million. Let's just be totally honest. But I honestly think Cam Newton is a starter in this NFL, so that's most likely why the Eagles didn't even go after him. So it made sense for the Eagles to go get a young guy who's sparky and can really just add a different dimension to the offense. I'm not mad about that logic. The Eagles really got him for a bargain. Also, consider this. I might just blow your mind with this one. Just consider it for a second. Let's talk about another backup quarterback who's well known that I've compared Jalen Hurts to. Taysom Hill. Let's consider his 2020 salary. Taysom Hill, who provides a crazy spark to a already dominant Saints offense. Guess how much he's owed? Just guess. You got it? All right. This dude is demanded, or owed rather, $8.8 million just for one season. He extended for about 2 seasons or 3 seasons. I'm not entirely sure. I'm pretty sure he's going to take over that starting position at some point when Breeze retires. But nonetheless, he's owed $8.8 million for one season compared to Jalen Hurts' $1.1 million. I'm not finding any flaws on paper. I'm really not. So despite the Hurts pick making a lot of sense on paper, like I said, it did create this spooky narrative surrounding the Philadelphia Eagles and their quarterback situation, because a lot of people don't think you can trust Wentz in the long term, despite the fact that they gave him all this money. But regardless, I think the Eagles know who their quarterback of the future is. They showed their loyalty by paying him and moving up as far as they did to get him, giving up a king's ransom just to get him in that first round. I believe it was the 2nd overall pick behind Jared Goff. So the Eagles are no strangers to a quarterback controversy. They're no strangers to the whole quarterback rumors. They know how to handle this kind of situation. Remember the whole Nick Foles, Carson Wentz situation. Carson Wentz handled it like a gentleman. And I think everything is going to work out pretty fine, really. Besides, the Eagles made up for that second round so-called blunder. And I like Jalen Hurts. I'm not going to take nothing from that man. I'm excited about this dude being on our team. But the Eagles made up for that second round pick by snagging John Hightower, Quez Watkins, and even trading for Marquise Goodwin from the San Francisco 49ers, a speedster. So I think they did a good job replenishing the wide receiver ranks and giving themselves a lot of talent to play with. And on top of that, we got a nice insurance policy in Jalen Hurts. He's young, talented. He's a leader. He's a winner. He comes from two well-respected college organizations or programs, be it Alabama and then by way of Oklahoma. So the dude knows how to pay attention. He knows how to play his role, especially with the whole Tua Tagovailoa situation when that came into play when he was in college. The dude is smart. The dude knows how to handle himself. And I'm truly excited to see what the Eagles got planned for us this season, if we got a season. So far, the whole COVID-19 thing is starting to ease up when it comes to sports. But my prayers are still with everybody, and I hope everybody's still being safe. I'm so glad y'all was able to lock in with me for another episode of Chalk It Up. I'm eternally grateful. Make sure you come back for another episode. I got some more things coming out. Sorry for the delay for this video. A lot of things have been going on, but nonetheless, I love you guys. Keep it locked. Understand that no matter if you win or if you lose, we just got charges to the game. I'm your humble host, Tone DeShields. Stay humble, stay healthy, and most importantly, stay hungry, y'all.